Hi you winners, and welcome to another Winning Wednesday. Now in this video there are 6 points, and the first one feels like the most important to me. So I just want to quickly ask you guys, what do you want to see in terms of genres? Because last time I asked, what games do you guys want to see, like Night in the Woods? And a lot of people gave me, there's a cat, a bunch of different games. I didn't really see a common theme either. So I'm not exactly sure what to play next. I tried pulling some indie games and some of them have done well, some haven't. And the theme I've started to notice is that horror games on my channel aren't doing as well as they used to. And horror games used to be the only thing that got me views. And then Night in the Woods came out and it was like, blew up. And now horror games are not getting watched barely at all in comparison to some other things. And that's really weird for me, but that's been my comfort zone and it's changing. And I'm excited for the change. I would love to keep doing other things and not focus on horror because I've never wanted to focus completely on horror due to the fact that a lot of people come from John and Craven's channels, who are two people that do primarily only horror. And like John's only horror pretty much. So I have been trying not to focus too much in horror because I don't want that to be my primary. I want variety, and I love story-based games, just in general, whether that's horror, whether that's adventure, whether that's platforming, it doesn't matter. And it seems like that's what you guys like too, but I have no idea if there's a genre I should kind of guide towards, and with you guys' help and input, maybe I'll have some guidance, maybe not. Maybe everyone's gonna be everywhere again and I'm gonna be like, okay. And I know a handful of you are still gonna be like, horror, always horror. Why don't you wanna do horror? You should always do horror. And I just don't wanna be stuck doing the same thing. I could do like a hardcore focus on my channel and I'm sure it would do amazingly if I only did that forever. And if I ever wanted to change anything, it wouldn't work. So I want to be able to try new things. I know it's also part of the advertising aspect, and I know that I need to keep working on that, and I need to keep changing the way that I'm showing things. And I have some ideas that I just haven't gotten around to be able to do on how to brand myself a little bit better, because I know that my art's all over the place. As much as I love it and I've commissioned it, I know that it's not got much consistency other than the fact it's me and my squid. And I'm the only thumbnail you're probably gonna see with a girl with red hair and squid. So other than that, I know the style is different. It's a varying of poses, outfits, everything. So I probably need to work on that on top of other things. But with your guys' advice on what you guys like to see, maybe that could help at least point me in a direction with what to start off with in genre purposes, because I really love indie games, and it seems like you guys do too, especially ones that have a great story, but we never know that they do until we play them, and I don't want to play games not blind. I like having the first experience and you guys seeing my first reactions to the game, or sometimes you guys have already seen it and you want to be like, oh my god, what are her reactions? I need to see it. So I do like doing things blindly. So if I've already played a game, I'm probably gonna be, or I've watched it play through, I'm probably gonna be less inclined to play it. So just keep that in mind. I will say RPG Maker games are not my forte because I'm really bad at outrunning stuff. If it's just walking around and experiencing stuff, cool, but I've noticed on my channel at least that RPG Maker games don't tend to do too well. I think that might just be visuals and preference, and a lot of the people that have already come to my channel, that's not their preferences, whereas there are the few that it is. And I haven't basically grabbed too many people that are RPG fans. So I probably will stay away from those type of games just naturally, and because I'm bad at controls. I'm really bad at running away with Wazda and outrunning an enemy. Like Ione, probably not gonna happen. That looked impossibly hard when I watched John play it. Also, I've seen John play it, so nothing would be a surprise. But when it comes to other things, like, are you guys interested in adventure? Are you interested in horror? Are you interested in, well, I can kind of tell from views, but I don't know if I'm reading these views right. I don't know if you guys aren't watching Narcosis that much because of the fact it's horror, or because of the fact that you're already watching someone else play it, or the fact that it's an underwater deep sea thing. Maybe that's not your thing. I have no idea why people do and don't like something, and usually almost everyone is different. So I'm just seeing if there's a theme amongst you guys. If there's not, I'm just gonna keep trying stuff till they keep throwing stuff to a wall, see if it sticks type stuff. But I did notice that after Night in the Woods, a couple of things that have done really well were Real, which really surprised me. I thought that wasn't gonna do well at all. But Real is a game about being you're not playing an old woman though. You're playing like almost a ghost, or like playing side by side with her as she experiences and like investigates her workplace. And it's only like 10-15 minute game. It took me a half hour because I was screwing around with the controls, but it's not that long, and it's a neat little game, and it's gotten quite a few views. And I was really surprised because usually that type of game wouldn't. Maybe because I said I was haunting an old lady. But then right next to it is Date Anything Simulator, which did amazingly. And I know I've played Hot to Full Boyfriend, and that didn't do well at all. So I don't know if it's the fact that, you know, the title, or the fact that someone else played it at the same time as me, or if it's because it's got multiple endings, or because of the interestingness and unique concept that it has. I have no idea. So I just want to know if there is a theme amongst you guys on either genre, or basically themes in a game that you guys like. Like if you guys all like story-based, is there a genre you like, or do you just like really deep stories? Do you like things that are in depth, that seem that you can tell that the creator has a lot of passion for that game? I just am curious. I prefer, honestly, at this point to focus on indie games if I could versus AAA. I know quite a few of you like AAA, but Andromeda's not doing that well. Like The Walking Dead is doing okay because it's me and my mom, but as a whole, it doesn't seem like that because I'm playing the game or what have you. And like Alien did okay. Like anything that's a big AAA game isn't doing as well. So I'm curious, are you guys just as passionate about indie games as I am as well? That's another thing I want to know. And I want to know a lot of things. I'm asking you guys a lot, but I want to see if you guys like indie games as well, because I love indie games and I love promoting other artists and like creators and developers, especially like Bendy and the Ink Machine was a really good one that just came out too. And Narcosis is an indie game that came out recently that's a horror game, and Honor Code has actually been watching my videos, so that's really cool. But I am surprised that it's not doing as well, maybe because it's a longer playthrough. I'm curious if you guys prefer the one-shots, if you guys prefer... I know there's a good amount of you that, or at least vocal amount of you that prefer long, but I'm wondering, since I've gotten more subscribers, is there a preference between one-shots or longer playthroughs? Or is it just purely what is inside the game, not at least the length? Just curious. So, now that that point is out of the way, let's try and knock out these other points real quick. Point number 2 is my thoughts on Narcosis. It was an amazing game. Like, I didn't think I was gonna like it as much as I did, especially with my experience with the first part and then the fourth part. I apologize for my frustrations in the fourth part. I tried to cut out what I could. Honestly, I cut out like an hour out of that part because I was lost. I had no idea where to go. On top of that, I was platforming. On top of that, I was instant dying. I was just a very frustrated mess. Honestly, the story and the ending made everything forgiven. I thought it was amazing. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys because it blew my mind. I was not expecting it, and I love a game where I can't expect the ending. I will also talk about my thoughts at the end of the game. But honestly, it's really good, and if you guys haven't seen it yet and you guys don't mind horror or really like horror, I highly suggest it. I know the first part doesn't give it much justice for a lot of people just watching. Experiencing is different, but even me, I was like, well, this isn't that scary. I'm curious as to how they're gonna go from here, because I'm not scared of undersea. I'm not scared of sea creatures, and that's what a lot of the first part was. But the hallucinations are fantastic, and any sort of horror scene with flashbacks or hallucinations are amazingly well done. And then there's really trippy shit that happens towards the end of the game, and the plot twist is fantastic. So I highly suggest watching it if you guys like horror, or if you guys are even intrigued by it and don't mind it. It's a great indie game, and I think you guys should check it out. You don't even have to check out mine. I mean, I would like it if you guys did, But you don't even have to do that. If you guys even want to just check out the game, or if you want to watch someone else's, I don't care. I think it's amazing to watch, so, or at least experience. Once you get to the end, it makes it all worth it, in my opinion. Some people can completely disagree, and I won't be surprised. The voice acting is phenomenal, the aesthetic is really good, and like the atmosphere that it gives is really, really impactful with the undersea and oppression of all the darkness that is around you. And basically the story is just phenomenal, and I don't want to ruin it. So that's my thoughts on Narcosis. Point number 3 was my thoughts on Andromeda. I really like this game. I know it's not getting many views, and Mass Effect in general never did on my channel. I was playing it for me, not so much for how it was gonna do, because I like the story a lot. Andromeda is a little different in the sense that it's so open world. I don't know if I'm going to be finishing this game on the channel. We'll find out. I know a lot of people really like watching me play it, but this is going to take forever. So I'll probably still have votes on what do you guys want to see during this live stream. And if Mass Effect wins, I'll play it. And then I'll upload what I have to YouTube. But I'm not determined enough to like push through it as fast as I can, get all the parts out, stuff like that. I just simply, 1, don't have the time, and 2, it doesn't do that well. So I'm just doing it for me and doing it as a relaxation game. I'm not gonna do it to stress myself out. I'm not as attached to Ryder, like I said, as I was to Shepard. And I don't know if that's because I made Shepard me, whereas Ryder's my squid. But I don't feel as attached. I like her, but I'm not like, oh my god, that's totally what I would do type stuff. And the facial expressions are wonky, but they're doing an update, and supposedly that's going to help a lot with those issues, at least with the lip syncing issues. And they are trying really hard to update it with a lot of things that people have had criticisms about. So I'm surprised. And I like that BioWare is trying, at least. So I'll take it. I wouldn't say that's impacting my thoughts about the game, though, because as much as they can be distracting, and like my bitch please face that Ryder gave was fantastic, and I know it wasn't intentional, but it was perfect in that moment. I think that's what's endearing about Mass Effect a lot of the time, is just the really bad facial expressions, the really bad walking animations in certain parts. The problem is it's happening quite often, especially now since the first world. The first world, I didn't notice it at all, or at least rarely. And then once the major point happens where all of a sudden now you can like explore the galaxy, it's kind of happening all the time, so I'm wondering how much that's gonna fix. And it won't impact my experience with the game. I'll probably laugh if anything else, but I will warn you guys it is there. So those are just some thoughts I have about Andromeda and my experiences with it. But let me know what you guys' experiences are with that in Narcosis. I want to say Necropolis almost every time. But yeah, point number 3 is also thoughts about Rain World. And let me know what you guys think about Rain World. The first part did amazingly, and I don't know if it was because of my timing and it was just after it came out, but now it's not doing so hot. A lot of people liked it in the live stream, which was really exciting. Everyone was super enthusiastic, trying to help me out, trying to survive. But yeah, like uploading it to YouTube's not doing as well. And I don't plan on beating this game. I already said that that's not gonna happen. I'm just letting you guys know right here, right now. I let you guys know when I started it. I let you guys know several times. I'm not planning on finishing this. It's meant to be really hard, and I'm not good at games that are really difficult. On top of that, I don't have the patience, I don't have the time, and I literally don't have the talent, I think, for this type of game. I have luck. I have insane amounts of luck, but I'm just not good at platformers. So I'm playing it because I enjoy it. I love the aesthetic and the art. The art is fucking beautiful, especially with like the pixel art and then also the cutscene arts, and like when you're hibernating and you see your family together and stuff. It's all just so beautiful. On top of that, I love Slugcat. I love the enemies like designs as much as I don't love them killing me and eating me. I love the concept of just fight to survive and fight to live, and it's all a food chain. Like everything that's going on around you is all food chain. It's all just everything is surviving. So I can't really be too mad at the enemies, because I'm like, they're just trying to eat too. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm dead. So during this last live stream, I kept dying a lot. I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to honestly survive past the point at which I'm at. so I'm gonna play it here and there when I can. Again, it's gonna be kind of like Andromeda. I'm gonna vote how many of you guys want to see Rain World, how many of you guys want to see Andromeda, because I'm gonna play those when I can. I don't know, Andromeda I don't know if I'm gonna finish. It's up in the air. But Rain World I know I'm not. So it's just kind of, as the interest is there, that's when I'll play it. If the interest isn't there, I'll play something else that is interested there, because I love the game, but I'd also love to progress when it comes to Twitch or YouTube. And if I get to a point where I am literally utterly stuck, I'm probably just gonna stop and admire the game's art through someone else. So it just depends on what's going on. So let me know what you guys are thinking about Rain World, because like I said, the view's not as much there, but also a lot of you guys watch the stream, so it's kind of a give and take. Then point number 5 is live streams. This last live streams we did the thumbnail for Narcosis, which was really fun actually, and I got to do my style, which I haven't been able to do in a really long time. So I really like how that thumbnail turned out, as much as the playthrough's not getting as much attention. I don't care, I like the thumbnail. Also, the speed paint for it will be up soon, probably this next Sunday, I'm thinking. And then I live streamed Rain World and Andromeda, because that's what was voted on. And I already talked about my experiences with those, but this next weekend, I'm thinking about doing an art stream again, but I have no idea when, because like I said, I fit those in when I can. I know my dad's 50th birthday is this weekend, and that will be a lot of the focus during the weekend. So juggling Friday, Saturday, and Sunday around that is gonna be interesting. So it was Saturday night I'm thinking about streaming, if friends can hang Friday night, but if friends can't hang Friday night, because I try to have one night where I hang with friends, just to reconnect and whatnot, but I have no idea what their plans are, so I'm gonna find out. But it also depends what's going on Saturday during the day, because if I do stream Saturday night, it's gonna be whenever I get home. So I don't know when that's gonna be, and it's not necessarily a planned time that I'll be home. We'll find out together through Twitter. So if, again, you guys, as I always say, don't follow me on Twitter, you probably should. Or if you guys don't have a Twitter, you can always look at Twitter without having a Twitter. So you guys can just look it up and see what I've posted, and you'll find out if I'm live or when I plan to be live once I know. But for sure, Sunday, I do plan on streaming during the midday. And I'm thinking about just doing one shot and seeing how long that takes. I want to do Solstice so bad, and I don't know if I have to play to the end to get that ending. I've heard it's way better in the sense of satisfaction and not as much sadness and extreme choices. I know nothing else, and I don't know how to get there. Drandor has offered to walk me through the entire game, so that way I can just get to that ending, but I figure I'll live stream it and talk to you guys while I'm doing that. On top of that, you guys get to see the different interactions I have with the characters. Since I've already beaten the game once, apparently they all kind of recognize that you've been here before, they remember you, or something weird. I don't know because I haven't seen it, but that's what I've kind of heard rumored through you guys through chat, so I thought you guys might want to experience that with me as well. And then I'll cut it up like crazy for YouTube. We'll see how that goes. But I don't want to go wandering around trying to find everything again. I just want to know where they are, know what the next points are, and push through the game so I can get that other ending, because I'm really excited to see what Solstice has in store for me. So I do plan on doing that, and I'm thinking that's what we're going to do Sunday, because I really just want to do it and I want to get done, because that is one of my favorite indie games. And I think it deserves the love, absolutely, just like Night in the Woods. So I'm planning on doing that. Other than that, the last point is planners. I just got a planner to kind of know what's going on with a new calendar, to know what's going on with games that are releasing soon. So if you guys know of any really important games that are coming out that I may be missing, just let me know release dates if you guys know them. If it's something that doesn't have a release date, don't worry about it. Like if it's like, oh, in April, but we don't know the day, or if it's like in second quarter or third quarter, I'm not gonna be able to really write that. So, well, I guess I could, but there's no nice way of doing it on this calendar. But if you guys know exact dates, I would love to know them. I already have Outlast up there, so don't worry about that, Outlast 2. But other than that, just let me know if there's some games that you guys are interested in that have certain release dates, and not guaranteed that I'm going to be playing them, much less when they're released. But at least I'm prepared for them, in the sense of I can plan my week that weekend before to kind of figure out when I'm recording what and when. So yeah, I'm excited for that. It'll help me get a little more organized. I also got an actual planner, which I haven't had in a while, to kind of help with, 2017 in general. But that way I can kind of figure out, this is what I'm doing this day, these are appointments I have to work around, this is work I have to work around, and people's birthdays and holidays and stuff. This will help me get a little more focused, because that's what I started doing last year, and time kind of got away with me after the wedding. So I'm really excited to just get back into being organized and knowing what I'm doing ahead of the time, as much as I can. A lot of April is up in the air as of right now, as I don't know a lot of what's going on that I can't really talk about because I don't know. I don't know what's happening, and I would love to tell you guys once I know. But before then, I'm just trying to figure out what I can in the meantime. Yeah, I think that's it for this vlog. This is a really long one, but I feel like it's some important points that I may try to cut down. As of right now, it's 28:30, so we'll see. But I think that's about it for this vlog. Let me know everything, just tell me everything down in the comments of what I talked about in this vlog. I asked for a lot of advice, I know. I asked for a lot of opinions, I know. But just whatever you guys can say in the comments, I'll get back to you guys as soon as I can. Know that I will read them every single time I see a comment. I read the whole thing, I just can't get back to you guys till later when I have time and I mass respond to a big group of comments. So just when I find the time, but I always read every single one right away. So just know that. Other than that, I hope to see you guys in the next Winning Wednesday playthrough or whatever it is you guys watch. So keep winning at life, guys.